Breath 14. Whoa. So, this is a very exciting day, like every day. Um, Up in the mountains where I've been, there's been a lot of rain. And yesterday I karate chopped things that were annoying me, energies that I was paying attention to for no apparent reason, just old patterns, as the rain was falling down, and it was so much fun. And I woke up with a realization that it's really interesting how we can drag something around with us. Maybe not so interesting, maybe actually something we're completely unaware of. At some point in our lives, something happens and we process that in a certain way. And as a creative person, I find I'm very creative in the way that I relate to things. So when you have your creative juices embedded in processing emotions, instead of just expressing them and getting them out, they could twirl around and feel into this concept of, have you been walking around with a broken heart? Have you been living your life without really deeply letting yourself live? Because there was a challenge at some time, or there was a situation or an occurrence, and that just crushed something in that moment. However, it didn't crush you. That something is a fragile part of the ego. And yes, the ego is our buddy, and we are here in the frame of the ego, like, the frame of a piece of paper that you're going to draw in. So this frame has maybe been weathered very hard over years or times if you add things up. So ArtBreath is all about being present in this moment, and that's what creating is for. It has this magical quality of allowing you to be completely present, still, whole, complete, a unity, not a whole like an empty space, but a unity that expresses in a language that is yours. And so this is what I want to delve in today, is to express a new outer frame, a new structure, or should we say a now frame. I don't mean a complete recreation of your personality. I mean what right now feels like something you want to put around you, you know? Imagine your energy body, it's always there, but how much time do you spend actually paying attention to it? So imagine that that energy body has interfaces, okay? It's the best way for me to explain it. And the interfaces are, let's say your heart chakra is pulled way back and your defense or your voice is way forward, or you have like your back feels squished. Let's imagine through this first drawing a reorganization of the energy field around the body to make a new frame for the energy to attract, magnetize new situations, new expectations, new awarenesses, in other words, miracles, and noticing that fresh space is a real thing in your world, especially when you create it. So that was my meditation this morning, and it happened just as I was waking up. So I want you to just tune into some colors. I have oil pastels. You can use anything. You can also use something that will just make lines, because lines make boundaries. Boundaries make dimensions. And you'd hear physicists talk about this all the time. The boundaries of space and time. There are no boundaries to our spirit, but there are boundaries to our ego. And when we live here as a being on the planet, we create boundaries so that we can experience within them. And so let's like really go deep into this new attraction space, okay? So let's just take some deep breaths, feet flat on the ground, start with the basics. And I'm really happy you came to join me. And this stretching right now gets you present, okay? So it's all about getting present first before expecting something to happen. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out. And set your intention to focus on a new frame for your energy body. Expanding your heart. Expanding support from your back. Let's just like tune into that and just see where that goes with us. What does it feel like to really feel supported? Let's draw it. And maybe just redefine that for yourself. What does it feel like to support yourself? To let yourself. Let yourself experience support right now as you're drawing this. Yeah, let it out. All the stuff that's been bundling in there, let it out. Feel yourself really stretching physically. Let your body expand as your energy center expands as you draw this expansion. Feel it immediately in your body. Tune into it. See if there's still some squished spaces. Tune in and feel where they are, and then just add it to the drawing. As you tune into your body, keep drawing with this energy. Making space for who you are to express more fully. Take a little break, look up for a minute, and just really feel yourself right now. Go deep. Let your shoulders drop. Feel your back extending. Feel your heart opening. Feel your feet flat on the ground. And feel your heart as the earth, as the grounding. Try that. Smile and continue. I'm in a bird sanctuary, can you tell? Feel how easy you feel right now. Okay, deep breath in. Here's what came up for me. Almost like a type of chalice of energy. I love this color at the bottom, the pink and the yellow. Just the sweet moments. Okay, let's do an art breath with that and breathe that into your whole system. And we're going to really anchor this new frame and this expansion, okay? And feel your body parts as you go through with your eyes. Optic nerve, fastest message to the brain, activates both sides. So your eyes get an art breath in, and what you're doing is you are reprogramming that message that you just created for yourself is now going into the system, and it's getting anchored through all these colors, forms, and shapes. And see if you can really feel where in the body it's going depending on where you look, okay? And you might have to adjust your physical body, you might have to move around a little. Take some very deep breaths. And yawning is good. Yawning means new energy's coming in, new information's coming in. And check on your back, like what's happening in your back right now, especially your middle back, lower back. And then after that, see if your lower back is actually, if your tailbone is sitting on the chair or if it's kind of floating up. Okay, check that. And let yourself land in your body. Okay, let's move on from here. Now we have a new energy frame. Let's explore it. Explore whatever part of it you'd like. You can explore your new heart energy, the back of your heart, shoulders, communication through your throat, better vision, a feeling of settled in the body, letting all systems expand and magnetize what is exactly wanted. Try it. This is an exploration piece about all that. And remember, subtlety is a big part of who we are. So when you're drawing, use subtlety. Let sensitive things come out. They can be very light. They don't have to be sharp, dark lines, forms. Just feel how easy it is. Do what is satisfying. And breathe deeply and check into your body. Make sure your spine is straight. Your tailbone is landed. Sink in. Feel how lovely that is. As you continue to explore this new frame for your energy body. And the new interfaces it has. And you can hear all kinds of things going on in your head, but they're not really important, so never mind. Whoa, that was a big burp. Burps are releases of energy as well as gas. So when you're doing energy work with you, which is what you do when you are making art breath moments happen in your life, you are letting energy change. You're rerouting. Okay. Just feel into that. So many moments in life. So many things to pay attention to. So many choices. Make sure your choices are the ones you are making, not the default setting. So I'm going to pit stop with this one too, just to check in on the concentration. Like, how is the concentration? That's a bird, by the way. Sometimes when you change your energy field dramatically, most times you have a bit of a transition period. Let's acknowledge all of these teachings as they come. So it's important to notice that a transition period is necessary. So this piece could be sharing that transition. Check your piece and see if that's what's happening here. I see a lot of depth in mine, so a lot of opportunities. I want you to look at your piece, and I want you to notice how dimensional it is. Look at different sections and feel into the space. Of opportunity that you now have in your body from that other drawing. And at first, this is in all works, at first there's a rejection with the mind because the mind doesn't understand what just happened. So you get past that very quickly by just staying available to the transformation that's happening. Even as you are looking at it, never mind doing it, okay? So this will never fail you in your life. The present moment is the present moment. It is the only moment that exists. And when you create and you are as present and as intentful with your energy and your spontaneity, letting yourself move the way you want to move, letting yourself, you choose color the way you want to choose color, it will never fail you. It will always be an imprint of that spontaneous moment. So let's go to the next phase. And just tune into how this is settling in now. For me, my heart energy is more relaxed. My lower back has dropped down lower. Even though my spine is up, my back has dropped lower. I feel a sweet kind of pulse and magnetism inside. I'm going to tune into that and the stillness of that. And I'm going to really expand that for myself, expand my perception of it, my drawing of it, this magnetism that's this, especially for me, from my back, feels like it's stretched way out, and there is a feeling of massive support, alignment, clarity, ease, grace. So I'll be drawing that next. So fun. So fun to play in here. Opportunities. Oh. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Whoa. I totally surprised myself. Let's see if you have surprised yourself. I'm now blowing my extra bits off my page, not onto my computer. So my computer is coated with oil pastels. Wow. This is a whole new world that I have never drawn before. I don't think I've ever even used these colors before together. Those moments of energy and swooshing. And even that new shape, the way that my hand was moving to make that ochre line, was quite special. Again, I'm going you to take a moment and breathe this in and see if you can really enjoy swimming in it. I can feel places in my body activating as soon as I look in different areas. And especially with the color combinations that I've never used before, these are fascinating to me right now. Color is a food, let's face it. Color is something that you can actually taste, you know? There's something called synesthesia, and I think we all have it. It's being able to transpose the senses. And for me, many times I will walk around and I will drink in color, forms, and shapes. A lot of nature that I am craving. I'm craving the connection and the contact of diversity. So where I'm looking right now, and I'll show you in a bit, it's just thousands of different leaves. Some are similar, but not the same. And when I look into colors, especially colors like these, see if I can get it right there. I've never made this combination before. And something in there is showing me that I would like to continue with that combination. You want to tune into when you get that feeling. Feelings are how we navigate with creating. And when you get a surge or an inspiration, that's a feeling. That's an interface with energy that's coming in, or energy that you're opening to. So everything we do in the world is translation. We're constantly translating everything we see, everything we feel, with all of our senses. So translation is a big part of who we are. And what's amazing about when you use a broader vocabulary, like visual art, or dance, or music, creating music, that vocabulary will delve you into experiences in a richer level, a deeper level. And when you tune in to that depth, you expand yourself. So if your ego or the world or whatever reality seems contracted, ArtBreath is a way to expand yourself from the inside out. And as you feel right now into yourself, feel into this expansion. It's a natural occurrence of creating. And expanding is what we are here to do. We are here to constantly expand. We will contract and have an inner dance, and then we'll come out again and we'll expand. And yeah, this is just what I'm feeling from this particular piece. It's just so inspiring. And I love working and not knowing where I'm going. And yes, I'm frustrated by that many times. Oh, I wish I knew what I was drawing. I wish I knew where I was going. I wish I knew. Well, the thing is that that statement in itself is useless, because the knowing is the being. Once you are within a drawing, you know, because you are in the now. Just take the K off of know and you get now. Now is what counts. Let's do a piece just from this moment now. You don't have to have an intention. Just this flowing openness that we've created is already going to give you some surprises. Breathe in. And let's go. this little magical thing. I want to share this little bloob of pastel. Look at the wacky shapes it just made. Love it. Sometimes you just have to express with a blob of breaking up color and see what happens. Oh, well, these birds are partying it up here. All right, here are the buddies that came out of that fun. Again, I took a lot of the moments of the color fields and the energies. I let them inspire this. So now your juices are flowing, and this new field of energetics and magnetism is in your body. And I would say it's a good time maybe to put on some tunes and dance it in, or go for a walk, or go for a run. Something that's going to let you feel it even deeper, because this is your ecstatic space, and this is your flow, and this is the present moment, and this is your presence. And this all came out of your art breath. Woo! Nice. Thank you for joining me today. And let this carry you for the next week. I'll be doing an art breath again next week, and also be doing some shorter ones, probably in another couple of days, but it'll just be like a short 10-minute, to keep this very ecstatic and alive energy of May and springtime and flourishing. Go with the flourishing. Focus on that, the nature within, the nature outside. And let me give you a little quick view of what's happening here. Banana trees are just divine, blowing in the wind. And what I've learned recently is this kind of environment that I've been exploring here in this country, this super lush, super wet space. You know, I can kind of see how much of civilization has wanted to contain itself as a humanity, find comfort in inside spaces, not get wet too many times a day. And I can also see how that adds to the headspace and the frame of mind that creates a lot more of itself. So when your mind is really busy, is when it's hotter, is when it's not distracted by weather, you know? So all the weather that we have in all the different countries that we live in, it's incredible to expose yourself to it as much as possible and many times a day, because it is what gives you a lush experience of life. So make sure that every day you get outside, and you also go from being hot to cold more often, changing the temperature in your body. I was doing cold plunges every day, and when I stopped doing them, because I moved to another area, I noticed, oh, I was a little sluggish. So yes, it takes a bit to get yourself in a shower or a cold shower, but even if you do it for a split second, you've just shifted gears. And if you can cool down your head when you start feeling intense or overwhelmed means huge amounts of resistance has happened. So you are resisting a lot. That's what the feeling of overwhelmment is. And there's nothing to do with that except stop. What else can you do? So if you do feel that, stop and breathe. Have a shower, have a bath, take a walk, stop talking for sure, stop thinking, and let yourself change gears. Put on music, dance, draw, take out colors, start expressing. This is really, I believe, a tool for our lives. It has been a massive tool for my life and a massive practice. Thank you so much for joining me and being a part of ArtBreath. I hope to have this included in schools and universities. And now that so many things are online, it seems to be much easier to have these pauses. And this type of vocabulary, that's an original emerging vocabulary in each of us, needs to have a place to emerge. Thanks for setting the stage within yourself and the collective field for participating in this new energy and aligning with a deeper part of yourself, your stillness, and your creativity. I will see you on the next one. Keep a smile in your heart. Aloha and love from Darinka and ArtBreath Live.